We're starting?
Yeah, Kevin McHALE got that pink slip. He's now unemployed. Are we starting yet?
Yeah, I'm down to talk about it right now. Yo, for me, it's not Kevin McHale's fault. It's not McHale's fault. Like, what really happened between last season and this season? Didn't they just get better as a team? Didn't they just, like, everything got better with Ty Lawson? People came back, you know. The lineup was a superstar lineup, apparently.
Guys, I know Chris is throwing shade at me because I predicted they were going to be second.
No, but like
I caught the subtweet, you know, I caught it.
No, but it's not even that, man. I'm like, you can't. Okay, I guess you can blame partly on the coach, but a lot of this has to do with the players who are not responding to you. They had your respect last year. You know, James Harden had your respect. Dwight Howard had your respect. I mean, respected you. Sorry, not had your respect. They respected you. Now all of a sudden, it just goes all the way. Why did they?
Yeah,
what happened there?
I think they kind of jumped the gun on this decision because I'm not sure if it was a tweet or someone asking Daryl Morey, but he said in the West, like you can't take time, like something along those lines of like we had to make a move and this was the move that we made. And me personally, I don't think it was the right move. I think it's more on James Harden, guys like Ty Lawson, those guys not performing. The leaders of the team, the players not performing.
But like the old saying is, that you can't fire the whole team. You have to fire at least the coach, and that's why the coach never gets the credit it deserves. When they're successful, oh, it's the team. Like with Miami when they had the big three, oh, it was LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh. But when they were doing bad, oh, it's Eric Spoelstra's fault. That's that, man. Eric Spoelstra was the good part of it and the bad part of it. Kevin McHALE,
Pat Riley,
4 years, right? We're going to his 5th year. Progressed every year. They were 3 wins away from going to the NBA Finals. Dwight Howard, if you actually play to your potential, maybe they could have actually went to the finals.
Orlando Dwight is still missing.
If Patrick Beverly wasn't hurt last year, maybe they could have went to the finals.
Maybe.
How are you gonna blame Kevin McHALE for that?
Maybe, but he wouldn't have been a factor offensively. Defensively, he would have been.
I understand if the Rockets were maybe like 6-14, 20 games into the season. All right, maybe it's time to make a move. The Western Conference is tough to come back from when you're in such a hole.
Yeah.
But 4-6, 4-7 start to the season and jumping the gun like that and saying this is the move we're making and we're comfortable with it and we're gonna make playoffs because of this.
Yo, I think they're really gonna regret this decision. Because like, yo, I like Kevin McHALE as a coach. Like, he seemed a real player. That he was one of the best bigs ever to play the game.
Yeah.
You know, and then you know one of the guys that helped bring Dwight here.
Yeah.
Like, who do you really blame for this? I don't blame Kevin McHALE for all this. I don't blame him. You know?
Yeah, to me, like Daryl Morey, whatever his name is. I always think it's like Morey. But he made a huge mistake here. I mean, look at Memphis. To me, I think Dave Yeager should have been fired already, going like what, just 500? When Memphis was going to the playoffs and conference finals, getting bounced off by OKC, getting bounced off by San Antonio. They're off to a bad start, but they didn't fire their coach. No, because they realized that maybe it's just the pieces around the coach, because they realized that the coach has already made success prior to that season.
You guys think like that whole players meeting, how Houston tried to copy? Teams have a player meeting all the time, but like, as soon as Sacramento did a players meeting, they went undefeated. And then
Rajon Rondo found his youth. And then when Houston has their meeting, nothing happened. You think they talked about like Kevin McHALE in there? Yeah, I think they did.
They might have, yeah.
Rumors were saying like how they were frustrated with James Harden too, because he wasn't being the leader that he's supposed to be, because you're one of the best players in the world and yet you're still acting like a little girl every time he's on the court.
Yo, this guy's
that's just my opinion.
James Harden has the worst curses on him. He has the little B curse. He has the Kardashian curse. He has the Adidas curse. Like, what else do you want him to be cursed with, man?
3 stripes.
Yeah.
Like, what else do you want him to be cursed with? This guy's purposely ruining himself, and you blame your coach. This guy got the little B curse, like I said, the Kardashian curse.
It's crazy because like James Harden's coming off an MVP caliber season, so a lot of the people watching the Rockets, fans and spectators alike, were kind of like, all right, what are you gonna bring this year? What's the sequel to that? Steph Curry came out and started hooping, so we figured James Harden's gonna show that same hunger, that same attitude to say, we were 3 games away from the NBA Finals. We're gonna take the next step this year, and we're gonna prove that last year wasn't a fluke.
As a superstar, you cannot have okay games. Like, you cannot have okay. You need to have multiple 25, 30 plus games and multiple 6 plus rebounds and 5 plus assists.
And he hasn't been efficient either.
You know when you're a great player is when everyone gets bored of your performance. You know, like LeBron, everyone thinks that 27, 7-7. Oh, we expect that. That's how you know how great that player is, where their greatness is expected already.
I've seen somewhere that it would take Stephen Curry to miss the next 99 threes for him to be the same percentage from the 3-point arc as James Harden, because he's shooting like 20 something or like 30, like 20 something.
And like the thing that really pisses me off, like with James Harden, like the last time he was in the playoffs, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't he like the most highest turnovers now in playoff history?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he said it.
This guy wet the bed in the playoffs, and now in the regular season, you're doing the same thing. How do you not have that chip on your shoulder saying that I should have won the MVP? You won the Players MVP, which is like the bootleg version of it. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
The votes that actually count, you know.
Do you guys think though, like with the coaching change that's happening in Houston, that they're gonna end up making player changes along the line too this season?
They should. Like if this thing doesn't, like, it's stupid because if it doesn't work out. Okay, management's stupid for firing a great coach, and then you're taking a risk with this interim coach, and then you got guys like Jeff Van Gundy. I hope he doesn't leave commentary because he's so lit as a color commentator. And then you got
Jeff Van Gundy to 2K.
Then you got Tom Thibodeau, Mark Jackson, all these other guys. But yeah, they're gonna need to do trades because like their team isn't getting it done.
Yo, so coaches are getting fired. The NBA season is in full swing, and we at Court Vision are gonna be talking about it. We drop videos pretty often, so subscribe to our YouTube channel. Comment below if you disagree, and click that like button if you like what we're saying.
If you guys want to follow us at Real Court Vision, we tweet daily. Check us out next week.
Boy.